So I started fixing the Lamborghini logo by removing some elements. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right, we don't need all of these. We're just gonna keep the shield and we're gonna remove all of these little annoying dots. Nah, I'm giving up. I'm just gonna take this shield, I'm gonna cover it with a little splodge of paint, and now I'm gonna mix it with the shield. Ooh, fancy! I like that. So, we're gonna take this shield, and it's a bit uneven at the bottom, so I'm gonna remove some of its dots, and now I'm gonna split it in half, and I'm gonna take one half, duplicate it, flip it, and move it to the other side to make it identical on both sides. I know, guys, symmetry. I am very good at maths. So we made a symmetrical shield, and now we're gonna unite it into one single shape. Now let's get this cow, or bull should I say, into the program for later. And now we're gonna change the colors of the shield, because it shouldn't be yellow, it should be black obviously, like the original, because we're simplifying the logo, but we're gonna keep the original colors. So now I'm gonna take this little bull, well, I mean, it's anything but little, but I'm gonna take this little bull and I'm gonna add some dots to its face. Sorry, bull, sorry, I just have to cover your face with a mask for a bit. So we're gonna cover him with the mask, or the mask as it is said. So I'm gonna cover up his ears, and now I'm gonna cover his horns with some dots, which are gonna form a mask around his face. Now I'm gonna make this mask yellow, and we are almost there with covering his face. Now we just need to even out some bits, make this horn more, right, I'm not gonna say the adjective, more prickly, let's say, make it more prickly at the end, more sharp. So now we're gonna smooth out some bits on the mouth of the bull and some on his face, and then in the end on his ear, or her ear, I don't know, guys, I don't know, maybe male, maybe female. Tell me in the comments how you identify a bull's gender, but I'm pretty sure it's a male bull. And there we have it, mission accomplished. We got our bull. So we're gonna put him over the shield, and that's the complete logo. Obviously you didn't believe me, did you? We're gonna continue correcting his face, so we need to add some eyes, we need to add some nostrils at the bottom, add some shading to the nose to make it more realistic, because I am a bit of a Picasso myself as well. So now we're gonna add a dot there. Now let's add some shading on the ear, and then on his right ear, or left, depending on how you look at it, we're gonna add another splodge of color. And now, I literally don't know why I rotated it, but anyway, we continue. I'm gonna add some more shading where the dark parts of it are. And guys, I think this is really realistic. I think if I saw this in the woods, I would totally be fooled that an epidemic of mutated golden bulls had started. So I observed the original logo and I saw there were layers of colors. So we're gonna make color layers by layering dark colors on top of light colors on top of dark colors, to make it more relief and more 3D, because it's got to look realistic, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this over here, and I'm observing the logo again, seeing how I can make it realistic. I think I'm gonna add some yellow on top of these dark areas to make them stick out. A bit too yellow. Okay. Right, and now we're gonna add something else to this little bull, or big bull should I say. We're gonna add some crazy eyes. So we're gonna add angry eyes to him, guys, because I don't want it to be a regular happy bull going about his day. This has to be an angry bull. This has to be something which is a monster. Like if you see it in the park, you're gonna run away from it. And personally, I don't know when the last time was when I saw a bull in the park, but I don't know, maybe in your park there is a bull. So if you see this in the park, I want to make it realistic enough so that you get fooled by it. And this is the finished product, guys. I think it's really good. I like the relief, I like how it looks, and I think it turned out really good. And much simpler, much more clean and pretty without the label on the top. Now the Porsche logo, when I imported it, it crashed. So I see it's made up of so many nodes. It's actually not surprising that it crashed my Inkscape, because oh, that didn't do much. Right, because if I zoom in, you can see it's made up of these millions of little dots which act as precious gems and make it look really expensive. Well, what I want to do is say bye-bye to them. But before I do, I'm gonna try to use this as a starting point to make a shield. So I'm gonna rule around it. I'm gonna make a shield on top, and now this shield looks like a needle, so we gotta smoothen it out at the end. Now we're gonna split it in two, take one side, flip it, do the symmetry trick again, you know the drill. But yeah, just in case, I'm gonna add a photo of the Porsche logo and not keep working with that massive vector in the program because it keeps on crashing. So we're gonna leave one dot up here. Yes, one dot on the end of the shield. And now we're gonna pull this. Oh, right, this is not good. Let's correct this. We're gonna add a stripe and we are gonna elongate it. So what it is, I made the shield completely black and then completely yellow. And now I'm gonna take this beam and I'm gonna put it over the shield. So I've got a cold as well. So let's see, beam, 4 beams, 6 beams, I think, 8 beams, 2, 4, 6, yes, 8 beams, guys, 8 beams. We've passed the counting test. So we're gonna take these beams and we're gonna color code them so that they take turns switching from black to red. So we're gonna have the black beams and the red beams. Interestingly, I spot on the original Porsche logo that they've got red gemstones on the red stripes, but they haven't got any black gemstones on the black stripes, which I never spotted so far. And honestly, I didn't even know what the Porsche logo looked like until now. It's really weird. It's just got this silhouette of a horse. Stuttgart, I think the place where the guy was born. Oh, Inkscape is geeking. The place where the guy was born that created Porsche, and then it just got some horns and it got some stripes. Now let me raise this up to remove this black spot, but it looks a bit unbalanced like that because there's a massive stripe at the top and really thin stripes down below. So we're gonna remove that, and in the meantime we're gonna add a picture of this lovely horsey, as they're called. So we've added this horsey and we're gonna draw around it just like we did for the bull, guys. I'm a brilliant artist, aren't I? I draw around things. I think that's pretty impressive. Not anyone can do that these days, and not even AI can do it, so I think it's pretty impressive, to be honest. How sad it is that we're saying that it's impressive that a human can do something which AI cannot do. I think it's really sad. But you can share your thoughts in the comments about AI art and how it will affect graphic design in your view down below. So in this case, I'm not adding any shading or anything. I'm just gonna cut away some shapes from this original horse, because I see in the original Porsche logo there's just a silhouette of a horse and there's no shading, no relief. It's just a 2D horse. And to be honest, you can't get any simpler than that. The lesser dimension would be 1D, and that's impossible to achieve because technically even a really thin line still has 2 dimensions because it's got width and height, even if it's incredibly thin. So not only is it impossible, it's not going to look really good in the logo, to be honest. So, but don't worry guys, I've got a plan. The horse mixes with the black stripe, but we're gonna fix that by making a larger horse and cutting this larger black horse away from the beams at the back. So now still mixes, but now we're gonna cut the white horse away from the red beams, and there we go, we got the new Porsche logo. And I just want to add a little rooftop. Yay, we've added the rooftop, guys. We've got the rooftop. So now we've got this arrow pointing up so that you know that your Porsche is in front of you. There we go. And I'm gonna test this out and see how it looks on a real car. So if we put it on a Porsche car, oh, this is not good. Let's just stretch it a bit to meet the perspective over the real logo on the car. So we're gonna stretch it with these little turn squares on the corners. And now we're gonna zoom out and, oh, I shouldn't have shown you this. Let me just go back. Guys, pretend you didn't see this number. Pretend you never saw it. But I think if we remove the number right now, yeah, there we go, it was never there. It looks really good, it's a really good logo. I like how it turned out. It's simple, it's clean, it's effective. It's a beautiful logo with a horse. And now the next logo was geeking when I was putting it in. So I had to look at a couple of websites, but I finally got a PNG of it and I converted it to an SVG. So I came back into Inkscape, put the SVG in, and I got to work drawing a circle and then putting a circle in the circle. And now guess what we're putting inside those two circles? We're putting another circle. And guess what we're putting inside those no, we're not putting any more circles. We're putting a beam. The beautiful beams from last time, guys. So we're gonna put a red beam, which is imitating the horizontal line of the cross. And I read online that it's some sort of coat of arms. So we're gonna make the coat of arms improvised with just two crossed beams. And now we're gonna put this little snake dragony thing in the middle, and we're gonna cut away a larger version of it from the red cross so that it looks like it's cut away from it. And now this guy who is strangely swimming out of the mouth of the dragon. And I was reading online about this. Apparently the Aston Martin, that's kind of embarrassing, sorry. The Alfa Romeo logo actually consists of a dragon with a person coming out of the dragon's mouth. So it's not the person going in, it's the person coming out. And it signifies transition and moving to a new stage of life and to a new life form. Oh yes, that sounded very philosophical. And I am a rather philosophical person, not gonna lie. So we did pretty well with this big dragon, but I think it could be simplified more. So I'm gonna cut away his tail, and now I'm gonna make a smaller dragon, which we're just gonna have to stretch a bit, and we're just gonna have to fix the little cross behind him again. So let's make these green beams red. And now we've got a snake on top of a green-red cross, but obviously this is all gonna change. And now, because I haven't got any organization, I'm gonna cut away the dragon before I change the color of the beams in the back. And now I'm not even gonna bother elongating them. I'm just gonna get a circle. Oh, move this guy first. Bye-bye. Actually, I don't think we need the guy. He's not that crucial in the concept. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a circle and we're gonna cut away the red bits from that circle. And then we're gonna make this circle at the end smaller. And now all that's left for us to do is to make the logo green, find an Aston Martin, or the, headset dropped. Why am I so clumsy today? Not an Aston Martin, find an Alfa Romeo. So we found an Alfa Romeo and we're gonna put it here. We're gonna add a filter which is called button to it to make it stick out, so it's like 3D, and making it like a button. Who would have guessed? And we're just gonna leave this like that, and I feel like, yeah, much cleaner, much more beautiful without the label on the top, without the human, and it's much simpler. And from far away it still looks like the original Aston Martin logo, but close up it's much cleaner and much more simple. Tell me what you think in the comments below, guys. Do you think any of these brands should rebrand to my logo? So Lamborghini, Porsche and Alfa Romeo, not Aston Martin. And as always, guys, stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one.